I hope everyone is safe during this pandemic. I welcome you all to the 25th International Webinar of Seshadripuram Evening Degree College on Role of Religious Education to Conserve Environment. At the outset, I am happy to inform you all that our college is celebrating its Golden Jubilee year. On behalf of our college, we congratulate all the stakeholders. Vivekananda Study Center of our college organizing an international webinar on role of religious education to conserve environment. I now request Sunil Kumar sir to play a small video of our college.
With a small step. Proving this statement true, it all began in 1930 when two women educational enthusiasts took up a noble initiative. In the erstwhile posh locality of Seshadripuram, Srimati Anandamma and Srimati Seethamma started a primary school with 20 children. Now, Seshadripuram Educational Trust under its umbrella has 36 institutions. It all began with the educational visionary Sri K.M. Nanjappa, the then President of Seshadripuram Educational Trust. In 1971, which has been a landmark in the history of education for the working students by starting Seshadripuram Evening College.
Our college started with the primary objective of imparting formal education to the quality and needy. The college is affiliated to the Bengaluru Central University. Being in the heart of the city, it has an easy reach and connectivity. Its premises comprise of spacious building with good canteen, computerized library, business lab, browsing center, Wi-Fi facility, sports club, thus well equipped for all academic, sports, co-curricular like NSS, NCC, YRC, etc. and extracurricular activities throughout the year. The college organizes orientation program for freshers and guest lecturers to equip them.
As most of us are working in the morning and studying in an evening degree college, it is very facilitative for us to excel in our jobs. Even though we are studying in an evening degree college, we are being provided many state level and national level opportunities to express our talents. Also, many cultural activities are being conducted.
SEDC is engaged in various cultural activities throughout the year. There are numerous committees in the college that perform variedly on their behalf and have a lasting effect on the college, students as well as outsiders.
Our evening degree college believes in the vision to ignite the minds of every student to identify and develop their inner strength, with the mission to promote holistic development of students by offering quality education and making them self-reliant and progressive.
Our college NCC cadets will visit every academic year in Officers Training Academy Chennai and INS Kadamba Naval Base at Karwar. It will motivate our college NCC cadets to join Indian Armed Forces.
Thank you, Sunil Kumar sir. I would like to introduce and welcome our theme speaker, Swami Satyamayananda, Assistant Minister, Vedanta Society, South California, USA. Swamiji joined the order at Advaita Ashrama, Kolkata in 1988. An initiated disciple of Swami Bhuteshananda, the 12th president of the order, he served in various capacities at Advaita Ashrama. He was posted to Advaita Ashrama, Mayavati, to be the editor of Prabuddha Bharata or Awakened India, an English language magazine of Ramakrishna order started by Swami Vivekananda in 1896. He was appointed as the secretary of Ramakrishna Mission Ashrama, Kanpur. He joined the Vedanta Society of Southern California as an assistant minister in 2018. On behalf of our Seshadripuram Educational Trust, I welcome you, Swamiji. I welcome Sri W.D. Ashok sir. Trustee, Seshadripuram Educational Trust, and I request you to preside over today's webinar. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
I welcome our beloved principal, Professor N.S. Satish sir, to this international webinar. Welcome you, sir. Now I request Swami Satyamayananda, Assistant Minister, Vedanta Society, South California, USA, to render theme's address. Over to you, Swamiji.
Thank you. Yeah, hello. I hope you all can hear me.
Yes, Swami.
Yeah.
It's audible.
Thank you very much, Geeta, for the short introduction. Thank you also, Principal N.S. Satish, for giving us a brief overview with that wonderful short clip. And also, I'm impressed with the fact that you are celebrating the golden jubilee of your institution, which was started by two noble souls. Wonderful to have agreed to join you all in this international seminar. We also, most of you are in India, and I'm the only one who is outside India. So of course, it doesn't make it international. So right now I am in Los Angeles, California, and I've been here for a couple of years, as mentioned, as an assistant minister, to spread the ideas of Vedanta to people of this land. As you know, in 1893, Swami Vivekananda, he came to the Chicago Parliament of Religions. And after that, in 1896, he started the first Vedanta Society of New York. And from then on, for the last so many years, more than a century, we have been spreading the message of Vedanta, and we are almost in all major cities on the east and the west coast, and also somewhere in the central. So my topic as given the role of religious education to conserve environment. You know, sometimes I feel we are too late now, because our ancients, rishis, they, in one of their Vedic hymns, I'll start with that. Om madhuvatartayate madhuksharanti sindavaha mardvi ena santvoshadi madhunaktamutoshasi madhumatpartivagang rajaha madhudhyurastu napita madhumano vanaspatir madhumagangastu suryaha madhvikavo bhavantu naha. The translation is, may the winds bring us happiness. May the rivers carry happiness to us. May the herbs give us happiness. May night and day give us happiness. May the dust of the earth bring us happiness. May the heavens give us happiness. May the trees give us happiness. May the sun pour down happiness. May all the cows, etc., yield us happiness. Om, peace, peace, peace. You see, this was the Vedic view of life. It was so integral with human society. In fact, human society and environment was so interconnected. And that's why in all the old hymns, we find hymns to the gods and goddesses, to the rivers. Saraswati is a river, Ganga as a river, the Himalayas has a soul, you have Ushas, the goddess of dawn, we have Indra, the god of thunder and rain. So it was the gods which were nothing but nature characterized. This is very important. Somehow we have disassociated ourselves from nature. There is a very popular saying, I have my lungs. We all have lungs, of course. But half my lungs are outside. People ask, where is outside? Oh, those trees are the other half of your lungs. So if I can breathe out carbon dioxide and breathe in oxygen, the tree is doing the reverse. It is breathing in carbon dioxide and giving off oxygen. So my life depends on that tree. And the food, we eat food. What do we get from nature? That food. That food has been integrated within you. If you eat a banana, which was a banana before you ate it, after you eat it, it becomes one with you. This very fact should have made our eyes open that we have a genetic system that is kind of linked with nature. Otherwise, we would all die. We could not breathe, we could not eat. It's simple as that. I always tell some of my hearers the role of religious education. Why religious? Any education, scientific education also, engineering education. I'm very sorry, we are all very late. I tell them, we are very, very late. And why? How many of you know that we are now in the middle of a mass extinction? There are species that are dying at an alarming rate. Fish, birds, trees, plants, languages, it's dying off. We have passed the tipping point. The oceans have become acidic. It's killing off all shells and fish. I am very sorry. The role of education is now too late to do anything for the earth. It's not too late in the sense of we can take corrective measures. We just surrender, throw up our arms and say it's all over. Yes, it is getting over. The stress of modern life has destroyed this world environment. And it should be ringing alarm bells. When you have a fire, you have an alarm bell. You have a fire alarm system in your college. What happens? It goes off and people run out. That's what's actually happening now to the environment. Alarm bells are going off and we are not responding. This is one of the greatest tragedies of modern life. It's extremely bad. Those who study the environment, those who are in the field, they are simply kind of disillusioned. The ice caps are melting. And once they melt, what will happen is the whole world's ocean currents will change its course. It will be disastrous. In India itself, we find this disaster everywhere. We have somehow de-linked from nature, from the environment. And nature is giving it back to us. I always tell my hearers, there is something called the law of karma, the law of cause and effect, the law of action and reaction. You always see, like, take for instance, I throw a plastic bag out. And that plastic bag is coming back to me in my food, in my water, in my clothes, in everything as microplastics. It's terrible. It is all over. There are microplastics found everywhere, in fish, in birds, in animals, in human beings. Not only that, they found microplastics even in the placenta of babies who are born. So this is the law of karma. We have, unfortunately, very, very unfortunately, have been harming ourselves by harming the environment. You don't need religion for this. You just open your eyes. I'm sure you know what Bangalore is. How much garbage is there around? How much waste is there? How much plastic bags are there? If you all can do something about it, it's a great thing. I want you to put into place, at least in Seshadripuram Evening College, like we do it here, to build a, I heard you have a canteen there, to use that food as compost, to separate that which can be recycled into a separate bin. We have 3 bins in all over the USA. We have 3 separate garbage bins, one for recycling, one for non-recyclables, and one for the electronic stuff, etc. And for things which can be composted, people say, you compost it. Don't just throw it out. We are, every one of us, every year, are leaving a huge carbon footprint on this earth. Our breathing, our life, everything leaves a footprint. And India, with more than 1.3 billion people, can you imagine the footprint that we are leaving on this environment? We are oblivious. We don't even realize what's happening. We are leaving a trail of garbage around us. That has to change. It has to change. It has to be taken on an emergency footing. It has to be done on a war footing. Compost what you can compost, recycle what you can recycle, what you cannot recycle, categorize it and destroy it. It's very unfortunate, especially in the Asian regions, when we build institutions, when we build governments, we don't take into factor recycling. It's pathetic. We build huge buildings and huge institutions. We never gave a thought for recycling. Our water is polluted, our air is polluted, our land is polluted, everything is polluted. And we show people these shiny buildings, tall buildings. What's the use of this? Look behind, what's there behind those shiny buildings? Garbage all over the place. Do you think any person in the right mind would like to have their second or third generation of people living like this? It's just impossible. We are destroying our future. We have destroyed our future. And in case we don't take this corrective measures now, it's late and it will be a disaster. You see, life is very beautiful. See? It's one of the most beautiful things in this world. Take a leaf, take a flower, take a snowflake, take a grain of sand, take even an ordinary bug, study it. From the micro to the macro, this world is beautiful. The sunrise, you can say the mornings, the evenings. People, they are so beautiful. Every bird, every animal, everything is so beautiful. Why can't we see this beauty? This is religion. when you acknowledge this beauty of nature? Why do you need to go to all these hundreds of temples and churches and mosques and all these things when you can't open your eyes to this beauty of nature? When you can appreciate it, then you'll want to protect it. There's another side also of life, that life is evil. Nobody will say, oh, it's only beautiful. Oh, yes. There's diseases, there's death, there's destruction, there's crime, there is lies, there is falsehood, there is so much of things. Death stalks the world every day. We are covered with death. You know, in the Mahabharata, in one of the Yaksha Prashnas, Yudhishthira was asked by Yaksha, what's the most wonderful thing in this world? And Yudhishthira has said, Ahanyahanya bhutani gachanti yama mandiram. Every day, people are dying. You're going to the mandira of Yama mandiram. Shesha stiratvam icchanti kima ascharya mataparam. That is, and yet people think they will not die. What is more wonderful than this? We are born and we will die. We have come out of nature. Our bodies are come out of nature. It will have to go back to nature. There is this death. There is a life. There is also something called, thank God for science, that we carry the genetic material of every life in us. You see, our brains and our bodies are inherited, you see. We have inherited these things from millions and millions and billions of years of evolution. Your whole history of your whole evolution of 4.5 billion years is written in your genetic code, in your DNA. Your whole history, your brain itself is a perfect, you can say, specimen of evolution. We have the reptilian brain, we have the mammalian brain, and we have the neocortex, you can say the human brain, as they say. All life, the trees, the plants, the birds, the animals, the insects have that same DNA that I have and you have. There is nothing, only some genes are switched on and some are switched off. It is there. So when you see this, there's DNA in the chicken, in the plant, and in everything. And in me, we are built on that same plan. All life which has emerged has been built on the same plan, very same code of life. That code of life which is in you, not only in you, it is in every cell of your body. It is there and it is there everywhere. This is called a web of life. It's a tremendous, you can say, fact. We are one with the environment. We are one with nature. If this doesn't wake us up, and this is not new, people have known it for more than 50, 60 years. They have seen the DNA, our DNA and RNA is the same everywhere. Why can't we understand? Why can't we be one with in the environment? There is also something called the idea that we are now, in the old days, in the mythology, we have something called Indrajal. Indrajal is generally translated as magic. Indrajal, yeah, it's magic. It's more than that. In the Indra Lok, in the heaven of Indra, there is a net. There's a vast net. It's so vast infinite, you just can't see where it ends. At the corner of every net, the knot, there is a small jewel that hangs. So if you see that web, that net, it's a vast net, and from it hanging all these small gems. And if you see in one gem, you see the reflection of the whole of that net. If you want to see that whole infinite nature that we are talking about, you have to see it within you. You are the microcosm, and that is a macrocosm. You know, Swami Vivekananda, one time when he was in Almora in the Himalayas, he said, one of my greatest problems have been solved today. In one of his experiences, he says, I have found the universe in an atom. And he says the microcosm is the same as the macrocosm. If you want to study nature, if you want to study the environment, study yourself. Right down to the very base building blocks of life, you will see the universe. And this is the magnificent secret. This is a magnificent knowledge that we are heirs to. And what are we doing about it? Nothing. We don't know anything. What is religion? Do you think religion is going to the temple or church or mosque and praying and coming back? And is that all? No. That's a very, very weak religion. Religion means knowledge. Knowledge of what? Of yourself and of the world around, and of the higher worlds. That's why it's called the Vedas. What do the Vedas mean? It comes from the word vid, to know. Religion means knowledge. And when you acquire that knowledge to a high degree, it becomes paravidya. It is vidya and paravidya. You know, Shaunaka was a rishi. He goes to Gautama and he says, Kasminna bhagavo vignatham sarvamidam vignatham. How do we know everything? By knowing just one thing. And the rishi Gautama says, Dve vidye vedita. There are two types of knowledge. Para and apara. Higher knowledge and lower knowledge. Religion comprises both these two knowledges, the paravidya and the aparavidya. And what is the aparavidya? The lower knowledge. In those days, it was the Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, Atharva, Angira, Shiksha, Kalpa, Vyakaran, Nirukta, all these. The sciences formed the aparavidya. And the paravidya, ya tadaksharam adigamyati, that by which you know the imperishable. This is religion. If you don't have religion based on science, I'm very sorry. It is a bad, you can say, scheme. We must have religion based on science. This was the scheme in ancient India. Unfortunately, we have lost the whole thing. This is religion, which takes into account all your past. We have lived for millions and millions of years. We have lived with the environment. We have today, with the study of the genetics, we have another power given to us. Do you know what's that power? It started long time, 10,000 years ago, unknowingly. Even more than that, we can mix, you can say, genes. We have been, like, Gregor Mendel has been using peas to develop a better variety of peas. We have been, culturing seeds. We have been experimenting with wheat and rice. And today, most of the food, most of the vegetables, most of the flowers are made by humankind. It is not made by nature. You go to that famous rose show in Bengaluru. I think you still have it, isn't it? Go ask those gardeners what they do. You're saying, is this nature's work? No, it's human work. We have been tinkering with genes. We have been tinkering with different types of species. We have been tinkering with different types of combinations. And we are trying to get better and better and better products. People say God has created the world. Sorry, God has created animals. No. The horse, the dog, the cats, all these things that have human intervention. Most of the fruits have got human intervention. Most of the flowers have got human intervention. Today, there's a huge, you can say, interest. We can, with tinkering with genes, we are tailoring, you can say, medicine according to the specific need of the individual. Genetics is coming to the fore everywhere. The future will be computers linked with biology. The last century was dominated by physics. This time it is going to be biology with computers, genetics. We have a tool now. For so long, we were products of nature. By the grace of God, we have got another power in us that we can be participants with nature. We can participate with nature. And it has been shown that we can grow artificial limbs, we can grow things now, we can use our genetics for n number of things to avoid disease, to cure diseases, illnesses. This whole world is changing because of this genetic, you can say, sciences. We have a power now. It's not only CRISPR that shows you how to make these genes, how to insert genes in different. Now we can produce, you can say, gasoline. We are using the power of bacteria to increase our yields, to enhance our lives. Now it is found that the bacteria in our body outnumber the biological cells in your body. And the bacteria in your stomach is called a second brain. So your nature is already proving it to us that you've got to be with me. I'm more powerful. If you work with me, we'll go to newer and newer heights. And if this is understood, then we can make a better human society. Not a society full of garbage and dirt. You see, people generally they are so kind of oblivious to everything around. They will spit anywhere, they will throw their garbage anywhere, everywhere. Like we used to say, as if it belongs to their father. The streets and everything. We are very dirty people. And that has to stop. It starts with you. You protect your environment by lessening your carbon footprints. By taking care of the environment, grow trees. Please grow trees. Otherwise, it's a disaster. Like I said, we are already in the 6th mass extinction. We are in the middle of a mass extinction. It goes very slowly. Species are all disappearing, getting extinct. And if this does not awaken us, that extinction will come to us also. It's already coming to us in different forms. Now we need to become aware, vigilant, and take this as a challenge. We are all focused on career, get my job, get my life. And we have wrecked everything out. We need to again rethink our strategies, rethink our lives. People say there's so much of tension, there's so much of stress, so much of trouble. Yeah, of course. If you don't live with nature, you will get stress and tension and depression and anxiety. All the mental diseases are because of we have come away from nature. Learn to understand nature. Learn to see nature as she is. Learn to see us as part of nature. Learn to see us as trustees of nature. All the lower beings, they need your help. We are killing them off. They need your help. You have to be responsible now. This idea of human responsibility has to come in human society. I am responsible for everything that's going on around me. I can make it good. I can make it bad. I cannot blame nature and environment and governments. We are responsible. Every individual will be held responsible for what is happening around us. If there's pollution, why do you have to blame others? You yourself are a polluter. If air is polluted, Bangalore, we used to know, oh, Bangalore has a wonderful climate some 20 or 30 or 40 years ago. I think most of your older generation, they will know. What a wonderful, beautiful, we never needed air conditioners also. It was so nice. Now you see, who has done it? We, of course. And then water, oh, water is so bad. Who has done it? Do you think the plants and birds and animals are? We have done it. So you drink that water, dirty water. The soil is polluted. Who has done it? We. Take it up. Use that soil. Simply pushing the blame on others. And you see, we in India have this problem. We always try to shift the blame on others, shift the responsibility of others. Take it up. This is religion. Swami Vivekananda says, take the whole responsibility on your shoulders and know that you are the creator of your own destiny. All the strength and succor that you want is within yourself. Therefore, make your own future, he says. Very powerful words. He wanted to awaken us. He's saying if you don't look around you and help people, help nature, you think you're going to go to heaven or something like that? Sorry, too bad. The gate is closed. There's no that. Try to make heaven here on this earth. And if you can, we will have a beautiful, you can say, nature and a beautiful life and a life worthy of living. And only then we'll be able to understand that Paravidya, Yaya Tadaksharam Madhikamyati, that through which the imperishable is known. It will be based on solid knowledge of this world, of Paravidya, all the sciences. You all engineers, can you tell me for the last 70 years after independence, 70, 75 years or after independence, what India has done, what new product it has built? India has the most number of engineers. And engineers are supposed to be creative people. What have we built? What new product has taken the world by storm? Even a small product, nothing. We are all copycats. Copying, only copying. Our engineers are becoming technicians. They are technicians. What have we really creatively built? Nothing. Show me one machine or one invention that has changed the world, that has changed people's lives. Not one. Is this education? Why do you want religion now inside? Make education creative. Make education dynamic. Make engineering dynamic. It's not, oh, I'm an engineer. What engineer? What have you thought about? Have you thought about the problems, not only of engineering, of nature? Nothing. So this idea of the nature will bring in this idea of creativity. This knowledge will enhance human life. We will not be simply copycats, a duplicate. You get something, you reverse engineering it, and you put it together, and this we have done it. What exactly have we done for the last? We always blame the other people. They took so much from us. Yes, they took so much from us. What have we done when we got our freedom and we got everything now? We did nothing creative. So this has to change. We have to be creative individuals. We have to be individuals with a broad sense of existence. We have to be individuals with a sense of commitment. We have to be individuals with a sense of responsibility. This is religion. Simply going and ringing bells here and putting dhoop there, saying prayers there, this and that. You think that's religion? That's rituals. Religion, Swami Vivekananda says, is realization. It's a manifestation of the divinity already in man. And you as engineers should manifest your own divinity, your own soul, through your engineering knowledge, not through something else. If you can do that, then you'll be blessed. I'll stop here because I've taken a little more time than it was permitted. Thank you very much. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Thank you very much, Swamiji, for your insightful theme address. Now the floor is open for the interaction. As we are running out of time, we take up only few questions which we have received in the chat box. I request Sunil sir to moderate the interaction session.
Okay, ma'am. Pranam Swamiji.
Yes.
Swamiji, the first question is we being a human beings, we are trying to do R&Ds in a different planets like Mars and some other planets, that what is going on there, how to build something on the moon, something like this. To what extent it is going to be good, rather than we concentrating that what is happening with the nature and how we have to connect with the nature?
Yes, thank you. It's a nice question. Humans have always been explorers, and we should explore, because the engineering knowledge that you gain from sending a probe to Mars or Moon, that engineering knowledge will help people here on Earth. All aerospace and all space technologies finally trickle down to Earth, to us, to the common people. So it's necessary to explore. The very fact that we are exploring these other planets and nature outside, you say it's a remarkable faculty of the human mind. If you push the human mind, it will die. The human mind has to expand. Then it will live. You see, when a person dies, that person has depression. When that person that mind has become compressed. the more the person's mind expands. So human society will progress because of its feats in exploring things and the spin-offs, space technology, the food, the air, and all these things which they experiment in, even in the International Space Station. We are getting the benefits here on Earth. Secondly, when you're talking about exploring the other planets, you know what happens is, suppose we find life, just suppose, it will change human society. It will change the way we think, that we are not alone now anymore. It will totally change our perception. We are not alone. Right now, we feel we are alone. Yeah. And in case we do not find anything, that we are really alone in this universe, on this earth, it will also change human society. Now will come the idea that every life is precious. It has to be protected. It has to be nurtured. That will change. So thank you for the question. Next question, please.
Thank you so much. And next question. Uh, what is your suggestions for the educationists and the academicians to give the space for the environmental studies throughout their education duration? Because here what is happening, Swamiji, in our education system, that we have, as Drapa sir said in the beginning, that we have the environmental studies as a non-core subject, and in few courses we have as a core subject. We concentrate we concentrate towards the knowledge which is going to give the returns in a materialistic way. We are not concentrating much for this environmental things as a main subject, because that it's not materialized things for us according to the education system. So what is your input for all these academicians and educationists to give the importance of the environmental studies and environment in the duration of that studies?
Oh yeah, I was telling, like I said in the beginning, that children, babies, kindergartens have to be taught environmental studies from there only it has to start. And it has to be a part of your curriculum everywhere. It has to be made compulsory. Now we are talking about career. What will be the use of career if there is no, you can say, nature outside? If the environment is all dead, it is all useless. So your career, you're running after a career, that's a useless thing. You should, along with your, you can say, studies, also look after this. This idea that the nature is separate from us was wrong. It is this educational mistake that we did. It has to be brought back like the old ancient Indians did, that we are part of nature. We are connected with nature. We must take people out and do some planting of trees, cleaning up waterways, do something. Go and help the villagers with their, you can say, farming, with their, you can say, pest control, with their this, that. Let children understand nature. Let them feel the earth in their hands. You see, there's a magic in that earth in the hands, you know. When you are connected with nature, when you touch a tree, it is all life, you see. I had said that the same DNA that is in me and in you is everywhere. They are also alive. So they will respond. See, water also is alive. Trees are alive, everything. We must be able to take children out, not only children, even grown-ups. Instead of sitting down and going to the clubs and spending their time in, you can say, playing cards. Let them go out in nature. Let them do some conservation work. A little by little. So the more there's interaction with nature, the more there's education about nature from the very beginning. It has to be built like that. Even if it is not in the curriculum, make it, every institution has that freedom to put in their kind of subjects or agenda. You don't need the government. Then the government itself, the education department itself will be forced to acknowledge that this is a trend that we need to look into. They will do only when you are ready to do it. So when we change our attitude towards nature, we go out and work with nature, even going out, not for a picnic. Forget this idea of a picnic. People go out and drink. They throw their bottles out around the place. They will throw the whole place with their plastics and garbage. And they said, we had a nice time. Oh, really? Oh, that's a bad time you had. Make children, students go out and be with nature, help nature, plant trees, clear garbage. This is what is required. When I was in India, we had taken part in that Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. All that. Why? Why should people do it? It is necessary. Your next generation is going to be half dead. Another third generation will be gone. So this is what we need to do. Put in informally, all educationists should informally put thoughts and you can say knowledge about the environment so that the children can become aware. That is simply what is lacking in India. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And the last question from this side. Swamiji, you wonderfully explained and make us understand that there is much differences between the rituals and religion, meaning itself. On that context, we are trying to ask one question that we do different rituals from the different religion background, and when we observe the rituals maximum times from our ancient time to till our grandfathers or the last generation, everything was related to the nature, and it was the rituals was there to protect the nature. Now we being modern people, is like this young generation, they are just concentrating on the rituals rather than concentrating towards the meaning behind that, why we have to do all these things.
Yeah.
So what is your suggestions for the people who is just concentrating towards the rituals than without understanding the religion's meaning?
Yeah. See, every religion has 4 levels. Okay. First is the metaphysics or the philosophy. Second is the mythology. Third is rituals. And the fourth is ethics. Okay. So what happens is people should understand the philosophy and mythology behind the rituals. They only do the rituals and forget all the other 3, the ethics, the mythology, and philosophy. So take for instance, you have all different type of rituals. Each rituals in each religion is built on the world view of that religion. Okay. It is a kind of a capsule of the whole kind of, you can say, philosophy. It is philosophy, it is mythology, it is ethics in a capsule form. Now, if you simply take that capsule without knowing what that medicine is, it might kill you. So we need to know what is the theory behind it. What was the, you can say, initial, you can say, motive behind this. People don't have time for anything except their own selves. You see, when human beings become so selfish, they don't see anything outside. So religions understood this. So they said, at least one time a day or one time a week, you come out of your selfishness and go and pray out there. Okay? So even if you take these rituals as mechanical, yes, do it mechanically, but with this idea that I am coming out of my selfishness. You see, what happens is people always seek help. They want help. They go to the astrologers, they go to the palmist, they will go to the priest, and they will go to the gods also for help. They always help. Give me help, give me help. I'm in trouble. If you go to God with that idea that help me, help me, help me always, you are not going to get any help. God will say you better help yourself. So that is why Swami Vivekananda is saying, this is my new religion for this age. It is Narayana Seva. That same ritual which I would do in the temple, now I can do it with a human being when I can help that human being. You see, what happens is, when I go to a temple, I take flowers and you can say incense sticks and you can say water and this and that. I go and suppose I go to a person who is a poor person. I take food and water and medicine for him. This is the religion for this age. And people have been fighting, different religions have been fighting mainly over the rituals. Rituals have become the battleground for different religions to prove that their ritual is superior. So Swami Vivekananda came out of that thing, saying, all those are lifeless rituals. You come out and worship the living God. If God is everywhere, if life is everywhere, you worship that and show it to me. And that's why he built an institution which is now doing a lot of work amongst the people, the poor people first. This is Narayana Puja, as Narayan Seva. Worship the living Narayana. This is he's saying, where will you go to see God if you cannot see it in your own fellow human beings? Do you think you can see God in stone and in temples? See God here. So he gave us a new set of rituals. Worship the living Narayanas. Worship the living gods. And this will transform society. It's no longer give me, give me, give me, give me. Now you give, you serve God. If this is understood, then most of our religious and social problems also will disappear. Okay? So it's always rituals, rituals. If you want to understand rituals, understand the philosophy behind the rituals. If you don't want to understand the philosophy, then it's mechanical. There is no real benefit from doing things mechanically. So do it with the knowledge. You see? That's why the Vedas say, Yadeva Vidyaya Karoti. Whatever you do with knowledge, Shraddhaya, with faith, Upanishadaya, with concentration, Tadeva Viryavattaram Bhavet, that becomes powerful. Why is your life and your work and your thoughts not powerful? Because there's no faith behind it, behind your own life and your own words. There is no faith in your own knowledge. How many are confident of their knowledge? That I know a particular thing 100%. You're not even sure of yourself. You don't do things with concentration. So if you want to do rituals, you want to go to the temple, please go. That's it. But do it with Vidya, knowledge, Shraddha, faith, and Upanishad, concentration. That will then make that ritual powerful. Otherwise, it's just a ritual. And like I said, the alternate view given by Swami Vivekananda is worship that Narayana, that living Narayan there. He's saying there was a time, Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava. He said, but I give you a new, you can say, teaching. Daridra Devo Bhava, Murka Devo Bhava. Teach a person, an illiterate person, that is worship. help a poor person, that will be worship, and you will be helping society. This is the new religion. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Swamiji. Thank you so much. And as you were telling that about the picnics and people are going and just enjoying and damaging the environment and coming
Yes.
back, where our students actually, we are happy to say that in a frequent durations, our students will go to the different places and they will take this Swachh Bharat Abhiyan and they'll clean and they'll do samplings. They'll put the samplings there, and frequently visit will be there to take care to the next level of that plantations and everything.
Very good. Very good. I'm very happy to hear. I'm very, very happy. This is real education. This is, in a way, a new religion, because, like I said in the beginning, time is running out. We have to do things immediately. Otherwise, the next generation has gone. It will be destroyed. Okay. Thank you very much for hosting me. I was glad to come in here from Los Angeles. It's 6 a.m. here. Okay.
Thank you so much, Swamiji. Over to Geeta, ma'am.
I thank Swamiji for answering the questions of the participant. We sent the feedback form link now in the chat box as well as to your registered mail, which will be active for next 48 hours. Kindly fill the same and send back for e-certificate. The certificate will reach you from 7 to 10 days. Very shortly, we will meet in one more international webinar of our college, that is on 9th January 2021. The topic is Environmentalism, Religious and Cultural Context, Loyola Marymount University, Los Angeles, US. It's my pleasure to introduce Shri W.D. Ashok Sir, Trustee, Seshadripuram Educational Trust. W.D. Ashok Sir hold a master degree in pharmacy, specialized in the field of total parenteral nutrition. He served at the famous Aladdin Hospital, Kuwait, over 13 years. He is a trustee of Seshadripuram Educational Trust. Sir is the backbone for all the events conducted in our evening degree college. Now I request Shri W.D. Ashok Sir to render presidential remarks. Over to you, sir.
Good evening, everybody. From Seshadripuram Education Trust and Seshadripuram Evening Degree College from Vivekananda Study Center, today's webinar has gone in a wonderful way. Swamiji has given an elaborate extension of the subject, and I don't know how to just replicate some of the ideas what he has given it. He has mentioned it in a wonderful way. I just want to build up on whatever he has said and just for a brief one. I just want to say Swamiji has given a varied components such as beliefs, doctrines, rituals, personal roles, attempts to educate people, Swamiji has given. And also just on a common platform, if I have to say, ancient civilization believed that everything in the ecosystem or the environment has a strong spiritual meaning for humans that believed that all things were created by the Supreme Being for the harmonious continuity. But in today's world, it has no context at all. Industrialists, governments, and other stakeholders impact directly or indirectly on the environment. Many government policies make realize the need to include environmental education in the curriculum for children. But if you are just giving for the children, as Swamiji has said, the time is already gone. You cannot now for the children, if you just start, whatever the environment depletion is taking place, all the government or the institutional big business people are doing the damages to the environment. So just educating the children will not work out. From my side, I just want to say that governments and other big business or this communist type of people who are damaging the environment everywhere in the world, actually there the things have to be cut down. And from the religious aspect, as anthropologic vision has said, religious books and it says about environment protections and the creations what are there in the environment. It is not correct to declare that all religions or in the anthropologic vision. In older religion traditions, humans were seen as part of nature rather than rulers of nature. Now it has become the reverse. People have thought that they are the rulers of the world and they have started completely depleting the nature. Finally, the atheism religious, it has been believed that everything was considered a spirit, whether it is a tree, mountain, or a spring. They used to actually worship all those things in the olden days. But now nothing has been cared. Everything is for enjoyment now. Nothing has been given their respect what it was to be given. So the change of worship of God to the worship of the reason, I have to say, I will just repeat it. The change of worship of God to the worship of the reason had to do with the emergence of this industrial revolution. The emergence of industrial revolution or the communism or the capitalism, to say that almost all the major religions addresses the issue of creation of the universe in different forms and varying degree of clarity. All religions agree that the creation is an act of God. If we see the writings or even many major religions, for example, Buddhism, whatever the connections or reflections to the environment, they immediately say in Buddhism also the notion of karma. Buddha's value to conserve and the responsibility to conserve the future, he has given it. He has given it in a very beautiful form, the example of a bee. The bee goes to the flower and picks up the nectar only. It doesn't damage the flower. It doesn't damage whatever the structure of the flower is there. It doesn't damage the color or any of the aspects. It just picks up the nectar. So just with a basic example, don't damage this what you have in the nature. Just what is necessary, you just take it up. The clarity of the simple organism, as Swamiji said, each organism, if you say, it is a wonder of a world. Nobody can create such things by humans. So I just want to replicate the things of the other religions also. They have given wonderful things, but nobody is ready to accept it or follow it. Even Christianity says that do not pollute the land where you are. In the verses of 35, 33, it says, but how they are doing it, or it is left to that community. But how they have picked up is also up to them. As Swamiji was telling, the destruction, who is doing it? Who has to control it? It depends on the governments. So steps have to be taken at different levels. What we can do from the society point of view, we are doing it. But the major destructions where it is happening has to be cut down. For example, Amazon areas are being logged out and other places. Lot of chopping of trees is happening. Acres of lands are being destroyed. So nobody is bothered because it's already a sold land. So who can control all this? From our aspects, we can just say our religion, Hinduism, is deeply rooted with nature. All sacred textbooks, Upanishads, or reforms to nature, such as rivers, mountain, trees, animals, and earth, all have been considered and given respect in our literature. The festivals being created pass the importance of preservation. Just for simple things, we do it in our Vanamotsava. We celebrate Vanamotsava in July, June, major rainy season. The Vanamotsava is just to see that it has been said that plantation of tree has to be done in at least some circumstances. You just try to build up the nature wherever the deforestation has happened. Try to plant more of the trees wherever possible. Many of the reforms, even government and the forest department is doing it. So at the same time, society or the communities or the NGOs have take part in such activities here. I just want to bring it to the Swamiji's, just to say Swamiji that something is happening, some changes are happening here. And many of the things in the practices also is changing a little bit. Even in the major other religions in Arab world, they have said that it's the excessive consumption and resources the planet provides, it has said. And also it says that wasteful consumption as the greatest sin in the Israf, it has said. but how many are doing it? For example, the Arab world totally it has changed now. Earlier it was a wonderful sand, everything. Now it is completely a concrete structure. How you can just compare it, or how you can say how it has been done? It is totally a different thing. So Mahavir from the Jainism basically says Ahimsa. The one world he replicates it as Ahimsa means it totally gives the complete structure. That is saying that don't harm anything, don't harm even a creature or anything. It is saying, but unfortunately, modern society more materialistic and consumeristic, do not value what the earth or the sun can offer. As Swamiji said, we are generating large amount of waste, whether it is, but even for example in our, as Swamiji said, whatever the wastes are coming, segregation of waste is happening, and some changes are happening here, but and many plastic products are banned in Bangalore, and it is completely not used at all. It is not manufactured at all anymore. So from that point also some changes have happened in Bangalore. We spend liters of water not thinking of what water actually means for some. We have to conserve water at the same time, and major thing for the global warming, which is being talked in the world over stage, where carbon emissions have to be cut down. So this will be one of the major things where we can give more importance at the same time. From my point of view, some religions keep many critical and moral factors, including environment protection in some cases, which is applicable in today's world and are absolutely necessary. In many cases, part of the population require education that will raise awareness of the need of the planet. I believe that religion are having a role in protecting the environment and our future generation. Thank you one and all for this opportunity given. And I would like to thank for this wonderful session brought about by Principal Satish SN and coordinated by Sunil Kumar, Darappa, and Ranga S, who have all coordinated in such a wonderful topic being, and Swamiji who has come over and given us a lot of knowledge in this aspect. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir, for your presidential remarks. Now I request Gopal CL, Assistant Professor, Department of Kannada, to render vote of thanks.
Namaste. It is my proud privilege to propose vote of thanks on behalf of Seshadripuram Earning Degree College on this occasion. I express our wholehearted thanks to Swami Satyamayananda, Assistant Minister, Vedanta Society, South California, US, for enlightening us through his expertise knowledge. Thank you, sir. I express our sincere thanks to Sri W.D. Ashok sir, Trustee, Seshadripuram Educational Trust, for rendering the presidential address. Thank you, sir. My special thanks to our beloved Principal Professor N.S. Satish sir, who is the man of perfection, strength, and source of inspiration of our Seshadripuram Evening Degree College. I would like to thank to Darappa Konnur, Program Coordinator, Sunil Kumarji, Coordinator IQAC, who have helped us to materialize this webinar. I express our gratitude to all the principals, conveners, and members of our sister institutions and other colleges, academicians, research scholars, college students, and delegates across the globe for participating in this webinar. We will ever remain grateful to our teachers, teaching, and administrative staff for this support. Thank you, one and all.
Can we close the session?
Thank you, sir. Once again, I thank each and everyone. Sir, can we conclude the webinar?
Sure, sir. Can we end the
Yeah,
session?
please.
Thank you, Swamiji. Thanks a lot.